What's going on, guys? This is Nifty back here with another video for you guys. This one's going to be a POV of Zager playing Slums, Capture the Flag. He absolutely decimates these kids, dropping 35 kills. So this is going to be a really good gameplay for you guys to watch. And I actually brought my whole team on here with me to do this commentary. So I'll let them go ahead and introduce themselves.
Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Chance.
What's up, guys? This is Zager.
Zager Explicit.
What do you guys think that, what are your expectations and goals going into Dallas after UMG, after everything we've been through? What do you guys realistically want to happen at Dallas?
Well, you know, I actually was a team with Explicit for UMG Chicago, and we didn't place too well. It was a pretty rough event for us, so we're looking to bounce back in Dallas. So I've placed pro before, top 16, and so I know what it's like, and that's kind of what I'm expecting anyway. So top 16 is looking like.
I'd agree with that. I think that top 16 is a very realistic goal for ourselves. I think we're fully capable of that. We've been putting a lot of time in every single day. So anything less than top 16 would be underplacing ourselves, and I think that top 16 is right where we're about at.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with both of them. Since we started teaming with each other, you know, I've seen a lot of progression in all of us as a team and also individually. So definitely going to the Dallas, I'm looking to get at least top 16. You know, get that pro status for the first time. I really do think that this team deserves it, and I think even if we don't get top 16, we should place well enough to, you know, keep progressing as a team and do better in Anaheim and all the other events that follow that.
Completely agree with that, and you know, I'd really like whoever has an echo in this call to make that stop so that this commentary isn't shit magoo. But that's
all
might happen. But you know, I'm gonna go ahead and take a step further on these guys, and I'm gonna say I want top 12 because you know I look at the list of pro teams and amateur teams, and I just feel like you know the competition's so closely routed together that we're better than most of those kids. So I want top 12. I think we can get top 12, and you know that's my prediction. For the second thing, we were going to talk about the difference between playing online and LAN. I don't know about you guys and how your teams work, but my team cries all day about connection. So why don't you guys go ahead and tell them, you know, what you think is really the problem between online and LAN?
Well, I mean, honestly, like I think 90% of the community, the competitive Call of Duty community, can agree that this is the worst game for Call of Duty wise that's been online, like with bullet registration, lag compensation, etc. And you know, LAN's just that extra feel. If you never played on LAN, you're honestly missing out. I mean, LAN's just a breakthrough. It's just a completely different atmosphere, and your bullets actually register. So, I mean, you can't take similarities between the two because there really aren't any. It's just a completely different world when you jump from, you know, online, and then you're right next to each other.
Definitely.
Stepping away from the whole connection thing, I just think LAN is not only better, obviously, for connection, but I think that being on LAN allows you to get a lot more height. When you're next to each other, your reaction is just better. Everything about it is just easier to play. It's better to play on. I think that teams perform better on LAN because when you have, you know, those chills running through your skin when you make a big play, there's no better feeling than that. So that's definitely the big difference between LAN and online.
Definitely.
I'd have to agree with you on that also. I'm usually, when it comes down online, I'm really not a hype man, but definitely on LAN, I'm definitely a hype man. You know, I like to get my team going. Between online and LAN, definitely the connection. I mean, honestly, like, that's like the only thing that's the problem. Like, you know, you're scrimming, and you know you barely lose, or you know you miss a gunfight, and all of a sudden the spawns flip. You know, you could have gotten that kill on LAN, and it could have been a whole nother, you know, ball game towards the end of the game or whatever if you end up losing. I definitely think that going into this event, you know, people are going to be underestimated, and you know the gunfights that we haven't been winning on LAN or whatever that changed the game for us to lose that map. You know, that's not going to happen on LAN.
Definitely agree with you there, man. Because as most of you guys know, I live in Florida, so I have the worst connection on our team, and you know, I've been past the point of talking about it. All right, well, Chance thinks his is worse, but let's get real. I ping like 170 to New York, so I mean, when I'm playing, like the other day we played Brain Dead, and I went 9 and 17. Now, if I was Marquise, I'd have been crying the whole game that, you know, the connection was bad. But like, I already know my connection's bad, and I don't need my team to hear it. So I just kind of, I just sit back and I get raped, and that's really all I can do when my connection's like that. Moving on, we're going to talk about the Cap 40s, dual Cap 40s, and the FAL. I know our ARs don't use the FAL select fire, so it's not really a big deal for us. And maybe a couple of us use the dual Cap 40s, but what do you guys feel, how does it affect the competitive play?
Well, again, 90% of the competitive Call of Duty community can agree that they need to be banned along with the select fire, dual caps and select fire. But
why do you think MLG is not banning them?
They're more caught up on the viewership on the stream than giving the players they want. I mean, that's also part of the reason their online qualifiers were a complete joke and half the matches were a complete fluke on that, because first of all, you have Cap 40s and you have kids that are not as talented as other players running around with guns that are basically, if you don't get a kill with a Cap 40, you should just drop the controller because there's no way to outgun it. And if you're more than 10 feet away and other guys automatically dead, there's no way to counter it.
Not the fact that you need two of them.
FAL, automatic 2-bullet kill, whether it's in the foot, whether it's in the leg or the head, automatic 2-shot kill. That right there is just self-explanatory. And then on top of that, the qualifiers, you have a best of 3, and let's just say you're bad at Slums hardpoint, and you have Slums hardpoint, and then the team gets lucky and they beat you 2-1 on the CTF or something like that. The whole series can be over, when in reality pro teams play best of 5s, best of 7s, and best of 9s to eliminate the flukiness, and best of 3s just add stupidity to the game, just like the Cap 40s, just like the FAL.
Now, Explicit, I know that you're one, if anyone on our team is going to use the dual Cap 40s, it's going to be you, so maybe you have a differing opinion on it?
Cap 40s, I actually honestly find it better to use one. I mean, like, I know 2 of them is good, but I use one just the way I have my classes set up. I don't use a dual wield. It depends. I mean, if we're scrimming or we're doing a tournament and those, the kids that we're playing are just using them all the time, then I'm going to switch my classes up to where I can dual wield them, and then I'm going to dual wield them. But for default, I have just one equipped. The Cap 40s, like just one, doesn't really bother me. But I do think that dual wielding, just the dual wielding needs to be banned and not the actual gun, because you really can't ban guns in competitive play. I mean, I know in MW3, as a community, we came together and said, okay, no Type 25 or what it was, 95, whatever it was. And, we were fine with that. I don't know why we couldn't do the same thing. Like, we don't need officials to tell us that, okay, this is banned, this is restricted. We should be able to come together as a community as a whole and be like, listen, we're not going to use this, we're not going to do that. Like, it should be the same thing, just like in MW3. But with the FAL, I honestly wouldn't have a problem with the gun without select fire if Scuff didn't come out. To be honest with you. I mean, no one would be able to shoot that gun as fast as people are doing it without select fire, without trigger stumps. I mean, that's it. That's all there is to it. I think select fire needs to be banned. But to be honest with you, if you ban select fire, I really don't think the problem is going to go away, because people have their trigger stomps so damn tight where it's just like the touch of a fucking nut hair is gonna trigger the gun and it's just gonna go off. And it's actually more consistent when it doesn't have select fire, when you're shooting it pretty fast.
How long's your nut hair?
Mid-level range. But in all honesty, I do think that in that instance, that gun. I don't think we've, as a team, came across any teams that have given us a shitload of trouble.
That's true. We really haven't had too many teams that were like whoring them, you know what I mean? But moving on to the next topic, as this game is going to be in its last 40 seconds, we really don't have time to talk about anything else, really. So I'm going to go ahead.
Talk about me mauling these kids off spawn here, if you like.
We like to talk about our team. We got Chance here. He's the group Eeyore.
I want to tell everybody is that we sat in a Skype party for 45 minutes because every time somebody would say something, somebody would start laughing. That's the children I play with. So I'm going to get out for this commentary. I'll let them finish it up. Thanks for checking out this video, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. I appreciate it. Peace.
Alright, well, that's not a good way to end your video. It's your channel and you're not ending the video. Listen, dude.
What was that?
listen, dude. Listen, look out for us at the Adolphus, dude. I'm gonna have my shirt off and have muscles out. So, like, just look out for us, dude.
Listen, I'm gonna have some really nice jeans on. You're not even gonna be able to see my.
Marquise is gonna have his relaxed fit Levi's, just chilling, hanging out.
Yeah, well, I'd rather have relaxed fit Levi's and look like Renegade. End the film. End the clip.
Our flag has been dropped. Our flag is back at base.